Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an XP bar. So this XP bar system will have an XP bar here, and it will have an XP and a max XP, which the player has to collect points to level up. So first let's make the GUI and then let's go to the scripting. So on the start of GUI I'm going to put a screen GUI, and I'm going to be renaming it to XP GUI. And under that we're going to put a frame. So this frame is going to be the main frame, which is going to be holding everything inside of, like the XP bar, the level, and the text which shows how much XP the player has to collect and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make it look like Minecraft. So I'm going to come down here. It's going to be similar to Minecraft but not exactly like Minecraft, because I don't want to show that like that. Anyways, so we have this here. Make sure you have your position set here. I usually do it on the scale so that we can scale it. So let's scale it now. So I'm going to be resizing it over here, putting it down like that. Okay. And make sure the size is on scale, because if you do it in offset, then in mobile devices it won't be scaled. So make sure you have done that properly. Anyways, now we need to inside of this we need to put a text here showing the level, and then a bar here which shows the XP bar, right? So first let's start with we're gonna rename this to main, and inside that we're going to be starting with a text label. So this text label is going to be resized something like this, and even the position should be repositioned. Okay, and I'm going to be changing the transparency of the text label to 1, and then going down to text, increasing the text size, and making the text to 0 so we can see. And I'm going to be changing this to this font and making the text color something like yellow. No, yeah, like yellow. And then on the text label I'm going to put a UI stroke. Now what this does is puts a stroke in the text. So that's going to be the level. So I'm going to be renaming this to level text. And now we're going to put the bar, right? So I'm going to put a new frame inside of the main frame, and we're going to be resizing this. So we're going to go to size here and say 1010. But this is not going to be the final size. Now you can resize it like this. So let me just resize it properly. Okay, so that's going to be our bar. Now I'm going to be making the main frame background transparency to 1. So now we'll be working with this, and under the frame which we created, that's going to be the bar. So we're going to call it overlay, right? No, we're going to call it backdrop. Actually, we're going to call it backdrop. And I'm going to be copying this, right? I'm going to be copying this and pasting it right inside again. So paste into, right? And then we're going to rename this to overlay. And this overlay size is going to be 101010, right? And the position should be always position. Yeah, that should be 000, right? And then the overlay is going to be like the bar thing, which acts as the thing which increases and decreases. So let's make it like a green. Okay, now since that's done, what you gotta do is now the main system is done, but I want to make it look better. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a corner, UI corner, to this overlay, and the background. So first I'll put it in the backdrop and change the UI corner radius to like 15, and then copy this and paste it inside overlay. So you have this. And I don't think this lower text looks good, so I'm going to put it a little to the right like this. So actually I'm going to put in main image label, and I'm going to reduce the size, and the lower text I'm going to change the syntax to 2, and then come back to lower image label and kind of like center it. And then what you're going to do is go to toolbox, go to marketplace, and I'm going to get like a star so it signifies that it's a level. Under images, make sure it's images. So find any star you want. I'm just gonna go with this star. So I'm gonna copy the ID, and under image label I'm gonna paste it, and then make the background transparency of the image label to 1, and now resize it. Okay, so this is how it is now. I don't know if it'll look good if I change this green to yellow too. Yeah, it looks way good. So now what you gotta do is we're gonna put one more text here which shows how much XP we got and how much XP we need. So to do that, I'm gonna go to main again and put another text label, and so I'm gonna rename this text label to status label, and I'm gonna be changing the transparency to 1. But before that, let me set the position. So somewhere there, make sure the position is in the scale axis, or it will be really bad when you're gonna scale it. So yeah, let's put the position in scale and make sure the size is in scale. So I'll never forget that. So yeah, do that. And then I'm going to change the background transparency to 1, and go to text and increase the text size, and give it a different font, and let's try to find the perfect font here. But before that, let's here put 0/100 space XP, so we know how it look. So I'm going to reduce the size a bit, and change the text font. Okay, I think that looks good. Now we need to just change the color of the text, and let's put UI stroke into that as well. Okay, this looks way better, guys. Now what we gotta do is we should script it so it works well. I forgot to set the image label in the scale axis. That's why when I go to mobile, that isn't scaled properly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change that here. Let's do this so we can scale it back to how it was. Okay, now we're gonna start the scripting. So let's start the scripting now, after I make this in the center, something like this. Okay, so we're gonna forget about this and we're gonna go to the main stuff and then come back to that GUI. So under script service, I'm gonna put a script, and I'm gonna be renaming this script to play stats or anything you would love to name it. And then I'm gonna be deleting this and starting by saying play game .players.play added connect to function. So I'm pretty sure you know what this event does. It fires whenever the player joins. So yeah, whenever the player joins, we're going to be creating a player stats folder inside of the player. So it's going to be a folder. It's going to be inside the player. I put a command here and set player, which what this will do is it will it will be the parent of the player. I mean the child of the player. And now we need to rename this to player stats. Okay, under this there's three variables you need to create. First is XP, so instance.new, and this should be an int value, and it should be under player stats, and xp.name is going to be xp, and xp.value can be the value you want the player to start with. Usually it's 0, around 100 or 250, but I'm going to be going with 0. And the next one you need is max XP, and this is also going to be the same. It's going to be int value, and it's going to be under play stats, and the name is going to be max XP. And the value is going to be the max value the player needs to reach to go to the next level. So the value I'm going to be starting with is 100. So whenever our XP goes to 100, this will double, so this will be 200, and it will keep going as we level up. So the next one is of course the level, so I'm going to be creating the same thing. It's going to be int value under player stats, and the name is going to be level. In my case, if you want to name it something else, you could. And the value is always going to be 0 because every player starts with 0, unless you want the player to start with the 1 or anything like that, but I'm going to go with 0, so we start with level 0. So the next thing we need to do is we need to code this. So this whenever the player gets XP, it's going to check if it's equals to max XP or higher, then we go one level higher. So before we do this, we need to get a call a event. Yeah, we need to call an event. So this event is called XP get property change signal value, and we're going to connect it to a function. So what this event does is whenever the XP's value property is changed, this will happen. So that's why we say get property change signal. So whenever one of the property, which is value, is changed, this will run. So when the XP is changed, we're gonna go above it, and we're gonna get something called local old XP, right? And this is gonna be XP.value. So this will technically be 0, right? So if the old XP is lower than max XP and the XP is higher than max XP, then we're gonna level up because the old XP was below it. So yeah, of course we level up. So yeah, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna say if old XP is lower than max XP dot value, then lower or equals. So make sure you put the equals here. Max XP dot value is lower, and the XP dot value is bigger than the max XP dot value. Make sure to put the equals here again. My bad. Then oh wait, make sure you put and here. Then we're gonna go one level up. So level dot value plus equals to 1. So we're gonna go one level up, and now this part works fine, right? Now this should work fine. So whenever you level up, you're gonna whenever you get XP, we're gonna keep leveling up. So we're gonna actually go into the game and test this. Before that, let's script this GUI part too. So I put a local script under XP GUI, and what we've got to do here is get service and the players. So let's first get the players. So game.players.localPlayer, and then we need run service. So let's say local run service equals to game get service run service, right? We can, yeah, run service. Okay, and then what we've got to do is every second we need to keep updating this GUI to this bar to update, and this text to update, and this stuff to update. So we're gonna get them. So first to get that, let's get the GUI, which is script.parent, and then main, which is GUI.main, and then on the main under the main frame, there are certain frames and text you should get. So the first one, of course, we're going to get the backdrop, which is going to be main backdrop, and then the overlay. This is backdrop the overlay, and then the image label, which we don't need, so I'm going to skip. Lower text, we need lower text, so main lower text, and the status text. So after this is done, we need to now run an event called run service render step to connect to a function. This is gonna be called delta, but we're not gonna be using that, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, here we need to keep updating it. So what we gotta do is get the player stats here. So let's come back up here and get the player stats. The next thing we need inside of that is the XP. So player stats with a child XP and max XP. So player stats with a child max XP and level, which is player stats with a child level. So now first let's start by updating the level text to level.value, and then let's update the status text to the XP slash max XP. So to do that, we're going to say XP.value, and then we're going to put two dots and then put quotation marks with the slash, and then put two dots again, and we're going to say max XP.value, and then put two dots again, quotation marks, and we're going to say XP, put a space in XP. And now the overlay, because that's going to be the bar which is going to be showing the progress. The bar is going to be so the bar is going to be okay, so we are going to say okay, so the overlay dot size, we're going to say overlay dot size equals to udim to dot from scale, right? And we're going to be dividing XP dot value, XP dot value, we're going to divide it by max XP dot value. Now I'll exactly show you why I'm doing that, and then I'm going to put comma and then put 1. Now it should work fine, but before that I will show you why I did this. Imagine we have we need to get 100 max XP to level up, and we have our current XP is 0, right? No, let's say 50, right? So XP. So to get the half of this, so this should be in the middle, right? So this whole scales up to 1, and half of this is 0.5. So if I go to this overlay right here and check the size, and if I change the scale to 1, it will go all the way up here, right? But if I change to 0.5, it'll be right in the middle. So that's how it works. So 50 and 100, so we're going to be dividing 50 by 100, and that's 0.5, so it's going to go to 0.5. Then this is 70, then 70 divided by 100, 0.7, and to go to 0.7. That's how it's done. So now this should be working fine. To test this, I'm going to be making a collectible. So I'm just going to be making a part here, just giving the player XP whenever the player keeps touching it, so that we can test this out. So let's just do here. Okay, so I made this small script here under a part so we can test it out in the game. I forgot to double the max XP. So if you come back to the player stats here, I only increased the level, but I never give the player a new max XP. So here what we're gonna do here is say max XP dot value, and the asterisk and equals to 2. So every time we reach our goal, it will keep doubling. So now it should work fine. Okay, now so we're gonna test it. So we're gonna walk over it, and as you can see, I'm leveling up so fast. So I'm gonna be reaching 800, and then it's gonna be 1600. So that's how you do it, guys. You can uh, this will keep going forever. You can be level 1 million if you want to. Anyways, that's how we do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.